Yo, what is up, YouTube? So today I want to talk about should you pull for the new Umamusume and the new support cards, Nishino Flower banner, as well as the support card banner featuring the Power SSR Daiwa Scarlet and the Wit SR Sweep Tosho. If this is helpful to you, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and also use code MOM for 10% off your gamer subs. Let's get right into it. Nishino Flower is a pretty good parent, Umamusume, and some might consider a key parent as well. It really just depends on the type of races you want to race. Why is that? So if we look at Nishino Flower, she has 50% speed, 50% power growth. So these are really good stat bonuses. Really, really nice, I think, right? You get more leverage out of your speed and power cards. You could probably get away with running like 2 speed cards in your deck. That makes it pretty easy to train. You have aptitudes in short and mile, which you'll take a look when we look at her unique skill that she kind of excels in very, very well. She is mostly going to be like a pace chaser, but she can also be built as a late surger. And if we take a look at her skills, we'll take a look at her unique in a bit. She is on her own okay, right? She has like golden acceleration with determined descent. She has late surger corners if you want to build her as a late surger, right? Beeline burst is pretty good after the buff, right? But otherwise it's still just a straightaway velocity skill. But yeah, where Nishino Flower shines is both as a, I wouldn't say as a run. Yeah, actually, I would probably say pretty decent as a runner because her unique skill is very, very good. But also as a parent, primarily for pace chasers, because if we take a look at her unique skill reads, if the user engaged in a challenge on a mid-race corner, increase acceleration when well-positioned late race at least halfway through the final corner. It's a very weirdly worded skill, but essentially what it says is if you guys are challenged in the mid race, so in if we take a look at like any of the racetracks, right, we're talking about this dark purple bluish session. If anywhere on a corner Nishino Flower is engaged through either side, like if there's an Uma hanging out for more than 2 seconds on either side of her, and this is happening during the corner, so in the case of Asahi High Futurity Stakes, anywhere over here, right, up to where it turns into late race, then if that precondition is fulfilled, then it checks, okay, well, once we enter the late race, if we are at the final corner or past it, the later half of the final corner or past it, and we are in 3rd and 4th position, boom, huge acceleration. 0.4 acceleration, pretty much the exact same as angling and scheming. So it's an amazing acceleration skill and doesn't require like a really bad position, 3rd or 4th place. It's very clearly set such that pace chasers make the most benefit or make the most sense using it. And so you have that, or you have an or condition, so very strong, it catches both cases. It also happens on the final straight. Okay, it says final corner 1, not a corner. This basically means on the final straight if you're 3rd or 4th position. So once you enter the final straight, so long as it's late race, or if it's late race and it's the later half of the final corner, you are going to get this big speed boost or acceleration boost. And so it works kind of like Taiki Shuttles, right? It works kind of like Taiki Shuttles, but Taiki Shuttle basically only works on the later half of the final corner. But Nishino Flower has an actual extra check to it, which makes it really good. The extra check is, are we in the late race? And if we are entering the late race, right? If we are in the late race, that means I can activate as soon as we enter the late race, which is basically perfect timing acceleration. But, and this is a big but, Nishino Flower's unique skill does not really work well on any track that is more than 2,000 meters. It doesn't really work well on any track that's more than 2,000 meters. We'll take a look at it, right? So anything that's medium or long G1s, if you take a look at all of them, the late race acceleration zone, where your Nishino Flower is going to activate on Hopeful Stakes, it's going to activate like around here. Where is it going to activate on Nakayama 2000 meter Satsuki Show? It's going to activate around here. It's the same thing. Hopeful Stakes and Satsuki Show is the same thing, except when it's not, because Satsuki Show sometimes races on the Tokyo 2000 meter, and actually on the Tokyo 2000 meter, she's good. But if we take a look more, Tokyo 2400 meters, so Japanese Dokes Tokyo Yushin, that's going to be way too late. Takarazuka Kinen, that's going to be way too late. Japan Dirt Derby, way too late. Kikasho, way too late. Shukasho, way too late. Tenosho Autumn 2000 meter Tokyo, and sometimes Satsuki Show. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, right? She's not going to enter, or she's not going to activate as soon as you hit the late race, but it'll be basically on the second half of the final corner, and it's practically the same. But everything else is like JBC Classic, right? Is not good. Queen Elizabeth Cup, not good. Japan Cup is the same thing as the Tokyo Yushin. Japanese Oaks, not good. Arima Kinen is not good. Osaka High is not good. Teosho, it's not good on anything that's medium or long besides Tennisho Autumn or Satsuki Show whenever they decide to race on Tokyo. But for sprints and miles, it is perfect. It is pretty much a picture perfect acceleration skill. So if you are very interested in winning your sprint and mile CMs or tracks or whatever, if you're looking for the perfect parent for pace chasers on these distances, then Nishino Flower is the perfect parent for that. I would still say, like, since a majority of Umamusume races, in my opinion, not even in my opinion, I'm pretty sure it is mostly on mediums and longs, I would say that she's not really a must pull. I guess if you're trying to, if you really like pace chasers and you also want to cover for all your cases and you want to do parent runs, Nishino Flower is an amazing pull in that scenario, in that regard. Otherwise, she's all right. You know, she does have head on in an event, so not for making new track or track blazer, but she does have head on, which is worth noting. She already has like the best acceleration skill for the tracks that she wants to run. Okay. Nishino Flower, very, very good pull if you want to cover all your cases, right? I guess for half the CMs is a good idea. If, though, you still want to be a pace chaser enjoyer, okay? Because otherwise, the unique skill, like, you can argue, like, for late surges is okay, but it's mainly a pace chaser's skill. Because especially when you consider how, like, sprints and miles are very short tracks, you definitely want to be in that type of position or, on third and fourth in order to get to the first place, right? Moving on, Nishino Flower, good pickup. But just know what you're getting, right? The next thing we want to talk about is Sweep Tosho, the SR support card. Now, no one's going to tell you to pull for an SR support card. No one's going to tell you to pull for an SR wit card, right? On any card banner. Eventually, though, you might be able to get it. And if you do get it, and you do eventually maximum breaker, I think for Track Blazer, she's pretty good. You have 25 initial speed, you have 20 initial wit, you have pretty good friendship bonus. You have 10% training effectiveness by help of her unique effect and 10% race bonus. So very, very good. Make a new track card. She's more of a wit roamer than she is a wit card herself, but she has wit bonus and like pretty much a lot of the stuff that wit cards have. In particular, she's great for giving end closer hints. So end closer corners is amazing. You have Slipstream. You have End Closure Savvy if you really wanted it. After School Stroll is really good too, especially if you need that heal. So I would say this is a very good wit card for end closers. And just in general, it's totally fine too for Track Blazer. But are you gonna get her a maximum break by the time Track Blazer is still like being run? I don't know. Don't pull this banner just for this card though. It doesn't make any sense. Moving on, we have the Daiwa Scarlet SSR power card. Now, this card is a whale card, okay? This card is a whale card, but she has some merit, okay? I would not really consider, like, running her if I got her at 0 LB, mostly because she only has 5% race bonus. But if you take a look at Maximum Break, okay, and you borrow her, you have 10% race bonus. You have 0 specialty priority, but you do have 1 stamina bonus, 2 power bonus. So she works pretty well, even if she, like, lands on guts, she lands on power, she lands on stamina, she has like pretty good coverage when she's not on power, right? And that's totally fine. The only problem with that is that she has no training effectiveness. But as far as like the bonuses she gives, it's pretty good. She also has skills from events. This is pretty much the selling point of the card, which is neck and neck. Neck and neck is the gold version of head on. And so by providing neck and neck, you have a 0.4 acceleration for pace chasers specifically on a random point in the late race. Okay, so it's not the most reliable thing, but sometimes it's the only thing you got. And in those cases, in those use cases, you want to make a pace chaser, you want a acceleration skill, gold acceleration skill like on your left, then Daiwa Scarlet is a card you should consider borrowing. Very interesting to note that she does not have like a fail on her third chain event. So a lot of these chain event, or rather the SSR cards that provide gold skills, they have like, sometimes they provide the worst skill on failure. There is no failure. You just get neck and neck, which is pretty good. She also gives Feature Act, right? I believe probably, actually just on the first hit, which is nice. up tempo if you're happening to run medium, right? Pretty good skills, okay? Pretty good skills. Very usable race bonus, right? And some pretty decent stat bonuses. She is a kind of a roamer without training effectiveness, unfortunately, though. And so, like, in order to boost the stat, not very reliable. And anything else, really, the fact that she has no training effectiveness kind of sucks. But the skill is what you're really using this card for. Anyway, that's my assessment on the cards. If this is helpful to you, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.